Hi everyone, my name is Vistar and I'm a part of the AI team in Harness. Today I'll be showing some of the capabilities of the Harness MCP server. So I have it configured with Windsurf here. You can see that it shows up in the MCP servers and we can view the list of tools. Inside the configuration, I've given it the config of one of our internal Harness accounts that we use. So I've created an API key and given it the account, org, and project details. So this is an internal repo. So I'm going to be showing what the server can do here. I've made a change which just does import JSON. So you can see it's not a it's an unnecessary import. And let's see if we're able to create a pull request first through the Harness MCP server. So can you create a pull request for the ML infra repo? So it's going to figure out what are the list of tools it has available and which is the most appropriate to use. And it'll also figure out what it needs to pass to the create pull request tool. So here it's trying to figure out a good title to pass. So the first thing is it's going to try and find that repo and make sure that it exists. So it's calling the list repositories API, and then it invoked the create pull request API and finally created a pull request. So we have some details about the pull request here, and whenever a PR is created, generally there are some checks which start running. So let me ask, can you get me more information about the pull request? So it decided it needed to invoke the get pull request tool. It gets information, and it also gets information about the status check. So it knows what's been running. And it'll give us a summary of what is currently running and what is completed. So you can see that we have a linter and we have unit tests, which are checks as part of this pipeline. So both are in running state, and I can ask it to fetch me the execution URL for the unit tests check. So if we want to see on the Harness platform how this is running, I can just directly open this up. And you can see that indeed my lint and tests are running. So let's give this a minute and I'll come back to this once this is completed. And as you can see, after a minute, the checks have completed. If I didn't want to go through the Harness UI, I could just ask here, has the unit tests check completed? And it'll figure out that it's actually failed. And you can see that it's showing the error message, and in the linter it's figured out that there's an unnecessary import, and it says that would you like me to download the execution logs? So let's say yes. So it can go ahead, download the zip of the logs. It's successfully downloaded them, and now it's going to try and unzip them and even analyze what the issue is. So we can pretty much just through here do this entire flow without even going on the Harness UI to see what the issue is. So you can see it's analyzing and it's trying to figure out the changes that we have locally. So it's reading through the logs of this execution and trying to figure out what could be the issue. So as you can see, it's trying to unzip the contents, figure out what's wrong. So it did find the run step. It's analyzing the first few logs, then it's trying to analyze the last few logs, and it gets this log line that JSON is imported but not used. And now it's going to try and figure out what the issue was. See, and the amazing thing is it can even give you suggestions, because Windsurf does have context of your code base, so it can say that you can remove this unused import. So this was an example of an end-to-end flow using the MCP server, and yeah, thank you very much.